Welcome back to another F1 Manager 23 video. My name is CringeyJesse, and today we are at Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Um, no points in the first race. That is okay. We are sitting sixth. I'm okay with that. We are in Jeddah. Still no upgrades. We're going to get the upgrades in Australia. Sorry if I sound quieter today. My sinuses have been acting up, and it's also why there is a delay in between video uploads. Another reason for delays is my work schedule has changed because I no longer have a car. Taking buses, and buses take way too long to get home. But I don't know when this one's going to be uploaded. It's either going to be uploaded on Wednesday night or on Thursday night. However, I have decided to sacrifice some sleep to go ahead and make this recording. Anyway, y'all don't need to know all that. Anyway, no upgrades. Getting into it. I'm gonna see y'all at qualifying, and we're gonna hope for some points. But Australia is the one that we're definitely looking forward to. Here comes Kevin Magnussen to set the time to beat here in Q1. Nico Hulkenberg had a time good enough to be in the top 10 in P3. So we'll see if that can hold up. And they are right on top of each other. Magnussen holding the fastest lap as of right now with a 128.529. Here we come at the end of Q2. It's Nico Hulkenberg going to come across the line first. He might improve his time, but he won't improve his position. Both of them 7th and 8th at the moment. Still quite a few people in faster cars. The Alpines beat us out in the last race. There is a Mercedes 8th, 9th for both of us right now. A couple more people coming across. They're both definitely going to make it into Q2. Here comes Kevin Magnussen once again to set that time to beat. A little bit of a holdup from Alonso. 129.2. Hulkenberg with a 128.5. Here we are at the end. Kevin Magnussen definitely looking like he's improving. Hulkenberg improved the first sector, not so much the second one, but he comes across the line. He'll improve up to P9, and Magnussen will improve up to P14. With a couple of people who could definitely knock out Nico Hulkenberg, we're going to try to watch a couple of these come across the line. Here comes Lando Norris, as he will improve. No, he will not. Tsunoda will not improve. Russell, he will most definitely improve, but that'll just knock Nico Hulkenberg down to P10, and we have our first car of the season into Q3 at the second race of the season. Unfortunately for Kevin Magnussen, he will be out. And sitting P8 at the moment, Nico Hulkenberg coming across the line. Doesn't really look like he is improving. Down to P9 now. About a second and a half behind the leaders. With no chance of Pierre Gasly getting in front of him. So it will be a P9 start in the race.
We're now moments away from this. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away we go.
Here we are in Jeddah, 50 laps around this track, and we are sitting P9, P14 to start this race as Magnussen looks like he's fighting with a McLaren to get up into P13, but then there's that Williams of Albon sitting right in front of him, and the McLaren, let's look like the McLaren, he's going to be the one to beat him out. We take a look at Hulkenberg, who has kind of lost out a little bit on George Russell. Magnussen, he hasn't really tried anything just yet. As we come down to turn 1, looks like we're about to be 3 wide with a McLaren and an AlphaTauri, but that is not the case. The AlphaTauri is going to make sure he stays in front of both of those cars. And Kevin Magnussen, as Hulkenberg gets overtook by Esteban Ocon, I thought Kevin Magnussen lost his wheels there for a second. Kevin Magnussen side by side with Lando Norris in that. Oh, and he cut him off. He shut the window. He said P14 is where I qualified. P14 is where I want to be. However, we do want him to finish above P14. We finished exactly where we started in Bahrain, and we want to be able to do better, as now he's looking to get around the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda, who has no DRS, but coming up to the DRS line, Yuki Tsunoda will have it going down into turn 1. And it looks like Yuki Tsunoda is still going to hold on to P13 as Hulkenberg. He's going to get his spot back. Look at Kevin Magnussen sitting P14 still, looking to get around that AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda once again. Up the inside he will go. He's actually going to cut him off now, so he's actually going to be in front of Yuki Tsunoda. Going down into turn 1, Tsunoda with the DRS flap open, up the inside, side by side through the chicane. So we have a little battle here with Yuki Tsunoda with Kevin Magnussen. I hate when they're really close to these areas because when I played on F123, it's a very hard part to keep your all four wheels on the track. I spin out a lot right there. And up here, ooh, that's tight, but they are still side by side. They are fighting. I'm not exactly sure who's going to have the DRS. It's going to be Kevin Magnussen as he comes up, and that's going to be Yuki Tsunoda in the next two spots. With this being one of those tracks with the walls right there, I can definitely see a safety car, if not a yellow flag, up the inside here on Alexander Albon, though. And we are going to have P12. Unfortunately, we are about a second and a half behind Pierre Gasly, with Albon trying to get back in front of us. He's fighting, but that's not going to work out for him. As we come down to turn 1, Hulkenberg, he was looking at the outside. He wanted the inside, but nothing. And it's a safety car. It's already coming in. It is Logan Sargent. He is in the wall here. He is fighting Valtteri Bottas. And Bottas puts him in the wall, and Bottas said, I'm going into the pit lanes. So that's the reason for the safety car, Logan Sargent. Quite a few people into the pit lanes. Logan Sargent's out of this race in the middle of a track. So, is the safety car going to be worth it? I don't know. Let's look here. We got quite a few laps on that one. Is that another crash, or is that the same crash? Oscar Piastri this time. Oh, my goodness. He couldn't get around him. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so Oscar Piastri's race engineer said nothing to him about the wreck up ahead. So, yeah, we're going to pull in Hulkenberg, get him off those softs and onto those mediums. So, we got Hulkenberg in the pit lane. Here he comes, in, out, 2.6. Would you look at that? I love it. Lance Stroll having pit stop issues. And Magnussen will be up into P7 with... Oh, yeah, let's look at Magnussen. He's coming into the pit lanes. In, on, off. 2.9, under 3 seconds. Both cars had a pit stop under 3 seconds. I love it. I love it. What was the other one? 2.6? I think 2.6. Ocon's going to have to come in and box. Someone just went into the pit lane. It was Zhou Guanyu. That's Kevin Magnussen up a spot into P17. As we come across with DRS on Yuki Tsunoda down into turn 1. We're looking for that inside. And it's going to be a fight between AlphaTauri and Haas. Side by side with one car conserving gas. The other one trying to get positions up into P13. That's fight. Who's going to come out on top, though? And it looks like it will be Kevin Magnussen, who will shut that window on Yuki Tsunoda. He's up in front of both AlphaTauris. I don't think 0.5 is good enough to let go of the gas just yet, as Kevin Magnussen now looking for P12 on Norris. He will have it. Hulkenberg, he's still holding on. He's now 0.2, so he should be fine. We're coming down turn 1. Gasly looking for the inside. He will have it, and he's going to easily put himself up into P9. And Esteban Ocon has caught up to Nico Hulkenberg, and it looks like he's going to take that inside. And he's going to take that last point position. So once again, we've got all 5 constructors who scored a point in the first race in the top 10. And we've got Nico Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen, P11, P12. We are about 5 seconds behind Gasly. I'm at 5 seconds, my bad. Hulkenberg coming across the line at P11. And Magnussen, he's going to go across the line at P12. And that was your Jeddah Grand Prix. It's going to be Max Verstappen winning this one with the fastest lap. So just like the 2027 year that I had going, so far, 2 races, 2 different winners. We love it. Max Verstappen also getting the fastest lap. Sergio Perez getting P2. And Charles Leclerc getting P3. That is your podium. Then you have Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, George Russell, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Nico Hulkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, Alexander Albon, Lando Norris, Yuki Tsunoda, Valtteri Bottas, Nick DeVries, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent, who did not finish, and Oscar Piastri, who did not finish. That was actually pretty funny. Logan Sargent hit the wall. Oscar Piastri comes around the corner, hits Logan Sargent. Anyway, on to the drivers. We have Red Bull, Max Verstappen jumping up to P1 today. In the drivers, Charles Leclerc dropping down to P2. Then we got Sergio Perez in P3, Carlos Sainz in P4, Fernando Alonso P5, George Russell in P6, Lewis Hamilton moving up a spot this week to P7, Lance Stroll dropping down a spot this week to P8, Pierre Gasly, and Esteban Ocon. So yeah, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, 2 Aston Martins, 2 Mercedes, and 2 Alpines in the top 10 of your drivers' championship at the moment. 11 is Kevin Magnussen, and Nico Hulkenberg is P12. Then you have Lando Norris, Alexander Albon moving up 2 spots this week in the 0-pointers. Valtteri Bottas dropping down a spot to P15, and Yuki Tsunoda dropping down a spot to P16. Then Nick DeVries moving up a spot to P17, Logan Sargent dropping down to P18, and Zhou Guanyu, and then Oscar Piastri. Top 10 with points, bottom 10 without points. We love it. On to the constructors, Red Bull jumping up to P1 with Ferrari dropping down to P2. Then you've got Aston Martin in P3, Mercedes in P4, Alpine in P5. Those are your pointers. Then you have your non-pointers, with Haas leading the way, the best 0-point team out there this year, in P6. McLaren in P7. Williams moves up 2 spots this week in P8. And then Alfa Romeo drops down a spot, and AlphaTauri drops down a spot. Imagine moving up and down with 0 points. Like, bro, we still got 0 points. What do you mean? I know why they did it, because Williams beat out Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri, but did they really though? Since Logan Sargent lost, like he didn't even finish the race. Anyway, let's see. I almost forgot that I was doing this on this save. Top 10 fastest stops. Nico Hulkenberg had a 2.606. That's his P3. That is a P3. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez both having really good ones. Max with a 2.58 and Sergio with a 2.48. So that's good for them. But also good for us, 2.6. I love it. I love it. I'll take it. That was your top 10. So 15 points for Haas. Red Bull on top. Haas moving up 3 spots. We're in P2 in the fastest pit stop competition. We love that. Aston Martin, Alpine dropping down 2 spots to P4. Williams moving down a spot to P5. Alfa Romeo moving up to P6. Mercedes dropping down to P7. Ferrari in P8. AlphaTauri moving up to P9. And McLaren dropping down to P10. McLaren, I find that one to be weird. They're usually, in all the other saves that I've noticed, they're one of the fastest. So for them to have 0 points for 2 weeks in a row is kind of wild. But Haas sitting P2 right now is also kind of wild. Absolutely. I love that. Let's see if we can get in front of Red Bull by the end of the year. I guess that's just where their points come from. So they got 25 plus 18. We only got 15. Alpha only got 12. Ferrari got 10 plus 2, so that's 12. Let's see. Ferrari plus 12. Okay, so yeah, that's how that works. Anyway. And that, my friends, was the Jeddah Grand Prix. Another 11-12 finish for the Hasbros. Ooh, what's that red thing? Urgent factory fire. Proof pause. I have no other choice anyway. Factory shut down for 7 days. Manufacturing projects paused for 7 days. That's manufacturing. So we should. Where's my cars at? We should still have these in 8 days. The Grand Prix is in 11 days. So we should still have at least one car with upgrades. So we will see. You look over to the side, Liam Lawson's scouting is complete. Sophia Flor's scouting is complete. Do not worry. For those of you who are like, oh my god, I'm not signing Sophia Flores right off the bat. If we make it that far before Manager 23 comes out, what we are going to do is we're going to look at the championship here. We're going to go to drivers. I do believe she's in F3. So we would basically just watch what she's doing. And right now, I was about to say, I didn't know that. Right now, she's sitting 21 with 0 points. 21 out of 30. So, I mean, not bad. It's not the worst, but she's not even in the top half. Where does points start? P11. So, got quite a few ways to go. Ollie Behrman, he's P11. Ayumu Wasa, he's up there. I'm surprised I ain't seen him in F1 on this game. Jack Doohan, right now, Frederick Vesti, he's sitting P1. I will keep an eye on this. I don't know how much of a eye I will keep on it with the videos. Roy Nassani, that's not how I picture that man to look. Anyway, I don't know how well I'm going to keep an eye on it and both, like, bloom, bloom. There's a couple of people that I would love to see come to the team, and I'll show you exactly who they are. So, yes, scouting. Kevin, Nico, Pietro Fittipaldi. I am scouting both of these, and it's to keep an eye on both of these. Liam Lawson has done really well. Is he already in F1? Is he the reserve driver for F1? I did not know that. I thought he was. Anyway, so those are those people. I don't think. I know in F1 Manager 22, there was another Schumacher, but I don't think there's another Schumacher. I mentioned, where's he at? Logan Sargent. I wouldn't mind bringing Logan Sargent. Oh, now he's open to negotiations. At one point, literally before the race, he had a negative outlook toward my team, but now he's open to negotiations. So I wouldn't mind this one. Dennis Hauger, if I even said his name right, this man took my seat at Has in F123 in a co-op career that I'm doing with a friend, and Joker went off. Like, he went off. Ayumu Owasa, though, he's 21 with a 71. That's a 71, though. But he's 21, though, so there's a lot he could do. I don't know. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to make any moves for next year. If I do, it will be someone replacing Nico, and if that's the case, it'll probably be Logan. Or, is he up here? I think he's higher. Or Mick Schumacher. It's going to be one of them two. Mick Schumacher's 23 with a 77, so I feel like Mick Schumacher would be the best option to go that way. Because he's younger, 23 and almost an 80. Anyway, I'm talking way too much, and this video is going to be way too long. So, like I said, Jeddah was a good race. It was 11 to 12 once again. Australia, we're going to have upgrades on the car, thankfully. So, hopefully, a better outcome of the race. Yeah, so if you can't wait for Australia to see what the upgrades look like with the Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hulkenberg Has team back here in 2023, once again, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that fun stuff. Anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button. Those two buttons really help boost my confidence in making the videos. I love playing this game, and I love making the videos. In all reality, if you hit the like button and subscribe button or not, I just really hope you enjoyed your time watching the video. But until next time, whatever it is you do outside of YouTube, I really hope you enjoy life doing it. I'll catch you next time. Have fun. I don't know how to end. I need a better outro. God dang it.